So Jen Shaw posted this on her Instagram last night. She says, I rarely believe what I see or hear online. I know firsthand what it feels like to be judged without evidence or an admission of guilt. However, since my Real Housewives of Salt Lake City cast member has admitted that she made these horrible comments and posts, I must now stand up on behalf of my husband and sons who are African American to say that I am deeply offended by the racially insensitive posts and comments. It was infuriating to see her like and repost comments that made a mockery of and showed complete apathy towards those who died marching, bringing awareness to the deep-seated social justice issues that plague our country. I am equally disappointed by the disingenuous apology that was issued. Needless to say, we have some real ish to talk about. And then she posted in her caption, where you see wrong or inequality or injustice, speak out, because this is your country. This is your democracy. Make it, protect it, pass it on. Thurgood Marshall. It's nice to see that Jen is taking a stance against this, even though Meredith let us know that they could not say anything yesterday, even though she kind of spoke out herself. So now you have someone like Jen. Thank you so much, Kristen. I appreciate you. You have someone like Jen who is standing up and saying what needed to be said, okay? What needed to be said. And she calls out the apology that Jenny made that was completely disingenuous, and it was outright not truthful, okay? It was outright not truthful. A lot of you guys have asked, because you may have come into this situation a little late, but at the end of the day, what I will do is in this video, in the description, after the video is over, I will actually place links to those posts in the description so that you guys can see them for yourselves, right? After I discuss this, I'm going to go down a timeline of things that have occurred. But we have Jen Shaw posting here in support of, not tolerating this type of behavior. So now I want to point to you guys and give you guys a little bit of tea that's kind of making the rounds. And I'm sure some of you guys have already seen it. But this was posted by The Holy Bravo. And a commenter, well, I guess someone was in the comments or in Jen's DMs, okay, asking Jen, are you coming back next season? I see Bravo is casting for more Salt Lake City housewives. And that is true. There is a casting notice that is going around right now for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They are actively casting for this show. I am hearing, according to, I think, sources over at Queens of Bravo, that they are scrambling to try to figure out what to do about season 3. Well, it looks like they may have a whole new cast on their hands, because Jen allegedly, from what we see here, and again, let me put down in the you always got to put this banner up here, y'all. Put the banner up, because you just never know these days. So Jen allegedly wrote, I was coming, and this is in response to the person asking if she was coming back next season. She says, I was until I posted tonight regarding Jenny's anti-BLM posts. And BLM, for those of you guys who don't know, Black Lives Matter. What we have here is Jenny Nguyen Facebook posts from 2020 are discovered. These posts are anti-Black Lives Matter movement. They are very disgusting. They spread a lot of misinformation about the pandemic. It's just wild. Everybody finds out. Meredith comments on Instagram that her posts were vile, and she reacts that they can't say anything right now. Jen makes her own post on Instagram, and then we get this bit of tea right here that she may not be coming back to the show, allegedly, because she posted, okay? And they weren't supposed to post. If the show doesn't have Jen Shaw on it, regardless of whatever you think about Jen Shaw, I'm gonna have to tell you, I think she's a G for posting what she posted. Because if she did break the rules, I mean, she did so she broke the rules, but she did so because she felt like this whole situation was wrong. Okay. Now, again, if they don't bring her back next season, I don't know what the season gonna be, because ain't really that much happening if Jen and Mary ain't there. Let's be for real. Let's be real about this particular franchise. Jen and Mary have given us the most content on that show. Boom. I said it. All right. And that's what it is. Whitney posted this, and we're going to read it real time together, because I've seen it, but I haven't had a chance to read it because I've just been talking to you guys. She says, recent events have reminded me the importance of always leading with love, light, and kindness. It is never okay to blatantly make, comment, post, or share any type of racially charged or derogatory statements post. Like everyone else, I was shocked and saddened at the things that have surfaced online. There is so much deep-seated discrimination and racism rooted in our country, and we all need to do better and work together to make a change. I believe that everyone, no matter their ethnicity, belief, sexuality, or gender identity, should be treated and afforded with the same level of love, kindness, and respect. Whitney Rose. So, Whitney, I appreciate where she's coming from. She didn't directly address Jenny, most likely because she's trying to tiptoe the line, and she don't want to be, she don't want to get that axe. You know what I'm saying? So, this is a small step in the right direction, but we're going to need you to name names, Go ahead. All right, guys. So we have an update on this story from the Talk of Shame on Instagram. Now, this comes from Anthony Dominic, again known as All Over Anthony. And he was the person who broke the story. Well, one of the people, who broke the story about Portia not returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 14 and doing her own spinoff. Well, in lieu of her own spinoff, I should say. So Anthony says this: a source tells me Bravo is upset with Jen Shah for posting her message about Jenny, telling her it wasn't generic enough and she took too hard a stance. Her future on the show is in jeopardy. Meredith and Whitney's posts don't mention a cast member. Jen's does. So, Meredith's post was basically more of a quote, and Whitney's post was definitely generic support. But because we know specifically who this cast member was, we need to go ahead and call it out. We need to call it what it is. Why would Jen be in trouble for calling out someone who is not yet in trouble for the nasty things that she's reposting? Make it make sense to me. So this would explain why earlier in today's live, as you guys did see in the first part of this video, why Jen would say that maybe she's not returning to the show after this. But to me, she felt an obligation to speak out about this because her husband is black and her sons are black. So it makes sense that she would take a hard stance on this. But why would the network not want her to take this stance is beyond me. Because at the end of the day, she wasn't the one who posted this nastiness on Facebook for people to see in the first place. So she should not be penalized for responding to any of this. And to be quite frank with you, the way she responded was a lot nicer than what she could have said. And she called out that disingenuous apology. And I don't blame her for that. But I wanted to give you guys an update on the story because I wanted to let you guys know how serious it is. And as the Talk of Shame says, her name is Kiki. For those of you guys who don't know, follow her. She says, I'm sick if this is true. Are we supposed to just pretend like we haven't seen Jenny's posts? Jen Shah has a black husband and black sons, and if she didn't say something, I would have questions. So hopefully this is a rumor, guys. Hopefully it's a rumor, but I don't know. It's not looking too good.